What's up, everybody? And before we get going, got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Shout out to Tony, Starla, Sam, Luke, Jacob, Tyler, and thank you guys. You guys are the wheel that keeps this podcast rolling. And as you guys may have seen, real quick, got to put this out here too. Yes, we have some sponsored ships now and ads, which you may have heard on the last week's episode. And so speaking of the Patreon, on Patreon now we will be introducing ad-free episodes for our Patreon subscribers. So if you want to come join the family, if you don't want to hear those annoying ads, you can come join the Patreon family right now at patreon.com/AITDpod. Also, the Discord's always hopping. Come join us on there, too. Everybody's in there. We're having a great time. People are joining every single day, it seems like right now. We're getting someone new every single day, so it's awesome. Yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about basically when the company lost its luster. Or it's very lackluster. And also a little bit more talk about the buyouts because we learned a couple things. So we also got a very special guests joining us as well. So guys, episode 157. Here we go. Maybe. How about now? We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back. It drove off. Yep. Left them right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
Wait, you got hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery. I'm struggling tonight. All in the Delivery, episode 157. Let's go around the table, shall we? Let me introduce you guys. You know him, my co-host down in West Buyouts, Virginia.
Fuck.
Come here and let me see you, Luke. Luke, how are you, buddy?
Well, first and foremost, I have to say, in regards to last week's episode, we had recorded that right when that information was released, and I have to correct myself because I thought UPS released that, and it was actually the Teamsters that, I don't know if you want to say leaked it or exposed it, however it happened. It was... So I kept saying genius move by UPS. I still think the idea is genius, smart idea, but they did not unveil it. The Teamsters did, so I want to make sure I make that perfectly clear. And aside from that, I mean, you might be feeling a little off because we're recording, we're doing it a little different as you hear this episode. Dave will be on the beach and enjoying himself on vacation. So yeah. We, but I'm excited. We got a few things to talk about, a few things that new that popped up, and yeah, I'm ready to rock. It was good to say around the table because it made me feel like old times there. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So continuing going around the tables, joining us on this episode here. It's been a little while, guys, and it's very good to see their beautiful faces. The Rollin' Rogans. How are you guys?
It's good to be back. We rolling. Yep. I don't mind stealing bread on the table. Sorry. That's right. When he said table, I just couldn't help it. Like, it was, Luke with that voice. It's just, oh my God, I miss it.
Oh, well.
Miss you guys. It's great to be back.
Well, it's always good to catch up with you guys, and we appreciate you coming on too, because it was kind of random spur of the moment, but we just we were saying listening to older episodes, and Amy reaching out a little bit ago in a group message, we just thought, you know how it works out, and you guys have always, I mean, of all the episodes, that's one thing for any, because now we've been back for almost a year, you know, we would say the hiatus. So to say these are newer episodes, if you will, for any newer listeners that have been, you know, that have not been around that long, when we've talked about of the past of the support group that we had, these two were essential, and they were right there along with Nate. And, you know, when Brad Sherbert was around, a lot of people, you know, it just, it always, just to, you know, look back on it now, kind of, yeah, just, especially the way how we kind of had a recording schedule, sort of like we did tonight, but it was like all the time. we would just throw it together, and you guys were always with us. So yeah, man, it just it's always good to have you both on. You guys are always welcome on here, and we're, you know, it's just
well, we always appreciate your support, and just it's been amazing that we're still connected to a lot of your listeners. Like,
yes.
And just we're excited to get caught back up. I just got back into Discord, and
Fernando, RJ,
yeah,
Andy Von Six.
It's just it's awesome that we support you. You support us, and we've just become such good friends. It's long time doesn't last very long.
So when are we going to get together for your 200th episode?
I know that's what's
It's coming next year, baby. Next year.
Hell yeah.
Is it going to be next year?
We drove 13 miles to get to you on your 100th episode.
I will never forget. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Amy, because there's one thing I'll never forget. You telling. I don't remember if you were telling us as a group or if it was just to me. I can't remember, but it was when Joe said you'd passed a sign, and he said you were 500 miles away or something. He's like, we're only 500 miles away. And I kept thinking, only 500 miles away. And I said, that's true to Roland Rogan's form. I'll never forget that. They're only 500 miles away.
Yep.
Well, we are slowing down a little bit more now, but we'll still drive anywhere in the country for you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that 200 is going to be coming quick.
I'm excited.
I was about to say, my math, you know, to act like I was good with numbers, I was about to say, we're still halfway. And I'm like, this is literally
more than that.
157. Yeah, I'm like, where's my math? I'm making Fairmont State University look terrible right now. Sorry, 157 is definitely more than halfway to 200.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we came back with what was that, episode 113?
I just remember it was August because we started in August.
It was August of 20. It was August 26th in 2024 was episode 113 when we came back.
So it would be sort of in that, because we started originally in August, and 2020 was when we started in August. So that wasn't we didn't mean to do that, but it just worked out that way.
And we were talking before we started recording. We were wondering what the first episode was. You guys interviewed Joe on episode 31 on March 15th of 2021.
Man.
But we joined you guys in January of that year.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what because we said it was after, we were talking about it was after whatever episode Katie Justice was, who, I hate to say, it sounds weird to say formally known. She got off of social media, so it's weird to say, like, I don't want to say formally known as Diary of a UPS Wife, but
can they say Cardboard Warrior, or will that make me get in trouble?
No, you're good, man. We've the hatchet that's all. That hatchet's buried. Everybody's on good terms. Yeah, you're good.
Very good.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. But episode 30. My God.
Episode 31 was Joe's first interview with you guys. I don't know how many times we've been on though. Like,
I don't know. You guys
have
may
always
have
been here.
you guys technically as guests you may have RJ beat now. That means we might have to get RJ back on to get 4 because I think you guys have done well. Because we had separate episodes of each of you. Then, but we also had one of you guys together, and then we have had
another one together.
Yeah, I think this may be the 5th.
So Joe's was 31, Amy's was 37.
So you guys already had it then.
And then it was a long time that
it was episode 111, which was 2022 in December, was the Roland Rogans, and then we had you guys on again after we came back in episode 124, which was back in October last year.
So you guys had the record.
5 then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So RJ had 3. I thought that was so. Yeah, you guys had the record. So I'm mistaken. You guys have held it.
Just pumping them out.
Adding on, it's like Ovechkin after he beat Wayne Gretzky's record. Just adding on just goals now.
Got to keep our lead. We got to maintain that lead.
It's amazing.
But it was to just go back to how I just wanted to say it before we moved on because it's been brought up so many times, but the Katie Justice episode was the one that we didn't swear in on her request, and Dave had just listened to it, and I feel like he said there was a couple times where I literally it was like coming out of my mouth, and I was like, I mean, I swear I can remember sitting in the back I will never forget that episode. That will always hold a special place in my heart because I proved that I could do it, but damn, I had to keep. I didn't realize how casually I said fuck and shit and whatever else.
I remember an episode after that. It was like you had to make up for it, and I counted. I think it was 284 fucks.
Well, when we had Gio on the first time,
yes, that
was
great.
That was just a funnel. That was just a funnel coming into another funnel. I gotta, I'll give you a good story because I don't think you guys know this. This is I think I have brought this up, but I say it again. A lot of my uniforms. A lot of my uniforms look rough because I keep the old ones with the 2 pockets. So like the seatbelt wear, I've been getting my chops busted on it for years now. So Gio, if I always say Giovanni or Gio, Giovanni is his real name, but
Pissed Off Yorker.
Pissed Off Yorker, he went by Gio too. So I always say Gio because I feel like most listeners would know him as that, but he doesn't have Pissed Off Yorker anymore. I mean, he probably still has the account, but he's not active on it, but he has an account for his business. And I've been following him for a long time. We stay in touch. And he sent me a message one day because he's not driving anymore. He's selling with real estate, and he's got another business of a power washing company that he's investing in. So he's completely done with UPS.
I am so glad to hear that.
He sends his messages I'm reading in his voice. So he's saying he sends me a message. He's like, "Yo, brother, what's your address? I'm going to send you my uniforms. You just he's."
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And we we don't know each other's if we're the same size, but I think we had just a guesstimation, and all of his uniforms they did fit, but they were like when I came back from vacation after eating a little bit, they were a little more snug than my other ones, so they might be a size. But he sent me so much shit. He sent me jackets, a hat. A Pissed Off Yorker hat that he had when he was selling those things, and so many uniforms. So I've had people he even had one of the newer ones that he must have just got before he stopped driving. And I've even had people say "Oh, you finally ordered some new uniforms, huh?" I'm like, no, it's come from a dude in New Jersey. But yeah, shout out to you, brother, Patriot Empire, and I cannot remember the name of his power washing business off the top of my head, but
Wow.
he's got that now.
Yeah,
Yeah, very motivated, very ambitious man, but he's doing good.
Awesome.
I loved watching his growth, and I'm so happy to hear that. That's great news.
Yep.
Well, that was what we had on the Christmas episode. Was like,
right.
I've said that before that we, see him. We had him back on, and that was when we had Bobby on, and having all four of us back on, especially Bobby too. It was like it was a surreal moment, but it was awesome because that was like showed, I think, any listeners and everything that everything was a-okay, and we just it was good to have him back on. But anyways, I'll stop talking about the past because we do have some stuff in the present to bring up, and I'll go ahead and let Dave roll that one out.
No, yeah, just talk a little bit more about the buyouts. Because Sean O'Brien released a video today, a little 12-minute video on the Teamsters social media pages and all that. And one thing I thought was interesting, I mean, we don't know much about it, but obviously what we learned was that it was Teamsters, like you said at the top there, Luke. It was Teamsters that bought this information out, that released this plan that UPS has. And there's one thing that we learned was O'Brien said specifically in his video for it would be buyouts for 5 to 30 year plus drivers, which I thought 5 years that's fucking low. Like that's
pretty low.
I think I mentioned this in last week's episode about how everybody, like a lot of the kids, I call them kids, a lot of the younger drivers in my building, I really don't think they're thinking about the future. All they're thinking about right now is the now. And a lot of those kids have been there now for 5+ years. At least 5 years. They all came in right around when COVID started. And we are at that 5-6 year mark now almost. Like I could see them being like, "Oh man, what $20,000 cash over right now? I'll take it and go find a new job. I don't care." Like, because a lot of these kids, I'm gonna keep saying kids. Damn it, a lot of these younger drivers.
I want to point out he's the youngest person sitting here right now. Just before he goes on talking about kids, but keep going.
God,
fuck.
Yeah. And so, like, a lot of these younger drivers, they don't have families. They don't have kids. Like, I can see a lot of them taking the money and running because they don't care about the future. They care about what's right now. And I don't know if that's even just a thing because, I mean, we as a society has even become about the now. It's, same-day delivery with Amazon right now. Maybe I can have that right now. Like, man, it's wild. It's just like crazy to think about.
Well, and that's kind of so. That was I don't want to get too far ahead of with the buyout stuff, but so but I am going to ask you, Joe, on when you had stopped at UPS when you stopped in 2010. At what point before that, like, would you, if they would have offered a buyout of, say, we've said 20, we have no idea what the number is. Last week we were saying 200,000, but we think it's going to be a lot less than that. But we've been saying 20. So, if they would have offered you a buyout, like, what part of you being at 5 years, were you done? Because I know you had planning and stuff. I remember you telling us in the story behind you had to plan a little bit before you'd actually do it. But if they would have offered you at 5 years, would you have taken it then, or would you have still stuck around? Just out of curiosity.
Well, that's an interesting one because I'm actually going back and feeling how I felt because, like, I was on the edge of quitting around, I would say, 2008. So 2007 when it was like, I'm done. 2008 when it was like starting to plan to get out.
Mhm.
So probably if they hit me there and did it, I would have probably, if it like, even if it was $20,000, I mean, I'm dumb as shit young. I don't understand what you need to sustain or have an income to really, you know.
But mentally you were already checked out.
Mentally I was checked out. So I would be the perfect pain point for pressure. That it wouldn't feel like pressure. It would be like, you mean I get to leave today? Like I could just go and just drop everything and go. Well, so I could see that.
I also want to point out that when you did leave, they cashed out your pension.
They did.
We didn't really have a choice of that.
Because like I didn't vest enough. Like I was so close. If I was there for one more year, it would have made sense to stay vested and keep the pension. So it was a quick so I guess I would be the first buyout in a sense, you know, because they don't have to pay me a pension anymore.
But mentally, you were already checked out. You were ready to leave. You wanted to get out. So they might be able to find some people like that.
I'm sure they could. You know, if they make your life a living hell where you don't want to come to work anymore, because they're good at doing that. If they don't like you, they just throw more, stops.
Throw more stops on you. Yeah.
Give you that route that nobody wants because somebody fucked it up already. Like they go in and they just they do it on the trip that's like the I forget what the name of the report is, but like
the 9.5,
not the 9.5, but it's like it stops per
your
minute.
spore.
Yeah, the spore. Thank you.
Stops per
You've already
on road.
forgotten all that stuff.
Yeah. It's like starting to come back. I might start to hide under the desk. So
you finally just got rid of the PTSD.
In the fetal position.
FYI, if it's been difficult for you at UPS, you will have PTSD after it's over. So
it's 15 years later, and there's still
dreams I have. Like the package car never gets done, and then it gets dark, and then sometimes I have to like hide the truck at my house because I don't want people to know.
Dude, I swear to you, I've had the dream of the truck not getting done. I've totally had that one, so I understand.
Yeah, so it's so funny we're talking about this because this probably this may have been last weekend. This may have been last weekend sometime, but I had a dream about this fucking place. And
what it does. It's 3 for 3 right there.
Dude, mine was I drove off the road and like hit like a bump, fucked up the truck hard. And I was like, shit, like I gotta call my supervisor. And then thank God I woke up because I was ready in like panic mode. I was like, I fucked this truck up so bad. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. And just yeah, thank God I woke up. Bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Having safety nightmares.
That's how brainwashed we are.
Yeah. So I would probably be that candidate just from feeling that if I wasn't happy where I'm working anymore.
Yeah.
But if I was vested, then I would see how those numbers work and how my plan would be my life. You would really have to know the number. But if you're just kind of spitting out like 20K, that's a joke.
Can I add that you've had a lot of financial education since then, too?
So true.
So you wouldn't maybe have known how to do the numbers back then.
No. I wouldn't even know how to compound things, what I could do. Take Geo, for instance. Like, that guy, I'm so glad he just took off with that. Because he used UPS as a tool to get him to where he needed to go.
Right. He said that a lot too.
Yeah. Now he's making FU money. Seriously. Like that's just awesome.
What's even kind of more ironic of it was UPS that he used as a tool financially, but for him to really get started, I think it was when he really kind of jacked up his neck the last time from work and he couldn't go back for a long time, and that was able in that time, I think, is when he was able to completely go. So not only was it the financial, but it was also the physical part that kind of actually set him up to with the time, but it cost him whatever happened. How it cost him
right.
Yeah, it costs everybody. I mean, everybody that does that job, no matter what, you do it enough, it will cost you something physically. It just is kind of
you pay the price.
I have connected with some of my coworkers from the past, and I found out a lot of things. Some had to leave on disability because they've had leg problems and stuff like that. The sadder ones is they're not here today.
Right.
So you just don't know. Life is short. And I'm not just saying like quit your job. I'm just saying like just know that live each day, carpe diem.
What's important to
what's
you?
important to you. And
I was close to the edge at one point, like where I really was questioning sticking with it. And at this stage now, and like the last, not just few years, but probably 10 at this point. I mean, now it's kind of like I've been there 18 years, and it really like that
Nice.
blows my mind in a sense. But I'm way more like at 18 years now. I've been a lot more. When I was probably honestly, it was because you left at 10, right? It was 10 years, Joe.
Close to 10. It was like more. It was from 2000. Yeah, I think it was the beginning of 2002 and out 2010. So I didn't quite make the.
I'll
eight-
say
8 years.
like year 7, 8, 9 for me were those were rough ones. So I that's when I was kind of so at that point in time, if they would have offered me something being a 5-year plus driver at 7 years, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's going to matter in stages of how people feel.
I think if you have less responsibilities, it's a lot easier.
Exactly.
But when you start to get older and you have kids and you have your house and you're planning your future, that can be a little difficult. So
Very true.
Just kind of focus and pay attention on like what they're enticing you about, because like it's probably not the best deal. Like for that,
There's not a chance. There's not a chance they're gonna like sweeten this thing.
Well, I was betting on by the time this gets released, there's not going to be any new news about it because it might get marinated. But now knowing how it came out, they may issue. So when this gets released, if we don't, there may be a number. There could be a number they actually make public by that point. We don't like now knowing that it's not. It wasn't the company that released it. That may change. So that also, we that will make the speculation a lot more clear, at least. But it's kind of it's representing, what kind of the other part we were wanting to talk about, just with when it kind of stopped. It got a lot more corporate and kind of stopped, the personable part of it. And I know you were around for the turkeys and stuff. I always say, ironically, my turkey year, my first year was the last year for turkeys. I got the last turkey in my. Anybody that came after never got to experience the turkey, but it.
Right. Oh,
it's also, I feel like. And Dave would I'd say we've talked about it enough, that it's just like he had said before we got on. I'll go ahead and let you start with it because you said when you first started. I don't want to speak for you. Like talking to you, Dave, when you put that uniform on when you first started compared to how you feel now.
Yeah, no, I mean it doesn't have the same feeling anymore. You used to really feel like you were a part of some like exclusive club. It was hard to get a job there. It was like you really had to kind of know someone to get in to UPS to work there. And It's not like that anymore.
We've
all seen the ads. We've all seen the videos. Like, get hired in UPS in 5 minutes or less. Like,
there was a Pride before.
Carpe still was calling me.
Oh, they're still calling you?
Yeah, they're still calling me.
Dude, I've always said,
don't do it.
I've always said of you getting turned down. I always got to mention this. Of him getting turned down as a driver helper. I said, you want to talk about spite, man? They must have had you on it. They had to have had you on some type of no hire list, because we talked like one thing that we started with this podcast that went for a long time because it started at COVID times, and we had, however many in a row we had a guest on, and we always said helper stories, and most of them are comedic, and it kills me that you have somebody that was employed there. It was a driver for like not just a couple of years, but actually was there for a bit, and they're like, nope, I don't think we're going to hire that guy. That'll always kill me, man. I just could just see them gritting their teeth like, no, he got out. We're not bringing him back.
Eventually, you did one Christmas as a helper.
He did. Yeah, he finally.
And now they keep calling him. Like, they keep trying.
12728 is my employee number.
You still remember?
Yeah.
12728.
It came back. It came back.
Is it something that you should share?
I don't care. Whatever. I don't have anything. I don't have any money. I don't have pension, whatever. Someone could go look it up or whatever.
They would have.
Yeah.
They would. That's what I was about to say. I said people would go be like, Joe Rogan's working for UPS.
Yeah.
Oh my god! They're like, it's publicity.
I was laughing my ass off because I have like a friend down here in Florida, and I had no idea he quit after I quit. He said I'm the reason he quit. Like, I inspired him. He did it differently, where he threw the keys in the back of the bulkhead door, like in there, and he said, "Come get the truck," and he just left. I was like, "Oh, that's great.
Incredible.
I wish I did that. I was just being too nice." But he's down here, and like we were just like, shooting this shit in his backyard, like just enjoying the scene. And he is awesome, by the way. He is now a music composer.
Wow.
So he's got a whole electric system, and he makes soundtracks that people buy that like Netflix and shows use. So
sick.
Without taking that leap of faith, like, he could have been back there, and this guy's former Navy, and and UPS broke him. So but like they say he pulled a Joe Rogan when like he left. And so it's just like, wow, I actually have like some kind of impact there. And it's like, I'm not telling people here to quit. That's not what I'm saying. But
there's legendary quitting stories.
Yeah,
there are.
Yeah,
and I have to bring this up because this was when I was a preloader. I've probably told this, but we had a guy that quit, and I was a driver. It cracks me up because it really didn't punish our center manager, punish the drivers, but this guy intentionally, literally misloaded everything. He had 3 trucks, and he put everything, but he did it to where he didn't just load like all the stuff on one truck. He had like 180 misloads or something. And we all knew that he did it. And we had like, he quit and was gone. And they had like come to the PCM, our center manager, and we're just we're the lowly part-timers, the preload. We never they're all down there, and they got this stack of papers, and they're like, we had 200 misloads in this building yesterday, and we're just sitting there like, yeah, we know where they all came from. Like, and they're they go to the people that had like 1 or 2, like this dude had 180 of them. I think the rest are 190. The rest of the building had like 10. So they're flipping through the pages just to get to the people that had 1, just to be like, just to tell them that that guy was gone. But that's my favorite. That's my favorite quitting story I got with UPS. So good.
So where UPS lost its luster for me, so I started in 2002, and I was out like by 2010. I think that's what it is. I would say probably around 2005, 2006. Like that's when because I was preload for 2 years, but while I was doing preload, I was doing Saturday air drivers. So I was already chomping at the bit, waiting to get, a full-time position. And so when that came, I think it was around 2004, 2000, like. And that was funny. Amy just basically called me up and said, like, we have money. It's like she paid all the bills and we have money.
We had money left over.
We have money left
over. I was like, what?
Like, what do you do with it? Right. So
right.
If I knew Geo would be the best advice right now what to do with that money. But I didn't know anything. If I knew then what I knew now.
No, we spent it.
We spent it.
I did.
You pissed away. You feel good. It's like great, and you should. You're happy what you do, and you're working hard. But I think around like 2006 is where it got difficult for me. I think it was like 2005, 2006. But also that's when I noticed that corporate started becoming more overreach into it. What happened? And I don't know if you guys still have to do this, but they had what they call the sales lead team.
I don't think we have to do sales leads anymore, but I know what you're talking about. They
You used to have to get a sales lead to qualify.
Correct.
As a driver.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was like this pressure on you, and you're doing a job of corporate. The people that are in the sales that are basically trying to pick up these accounts so that you can do pickup deliveries.
Right.
And they basically try to incentivize them with like bonuses or I don't know, something out of a catalog or whatever like they.
I remember the catalog. Sorry, we got to come back to that.
That was the other
catalog.
Wait, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, when you're in the employee of the month. But I made a shirt that said non-employee of the month, and I just like strut around like. But it's like I remember doing that. I love that. Anyways,
sales leads guys.
Sales leads guys. So that was like, why is it our job that's enough pressure as it is to get these airs off, to like make sure we take a lunch, take our 15 minutes, and we're supposed to be out there looking for businesses that want like open a UPS account, and we have these like papers that we have to fill out. Maybe they're digital like later on. But they were actually a pen and paper, and you're trying to write down what's your name of the company. I'd like numbers like this and say, well, I'll have my, my sales guy, like whatever I call it, like, he'll come out.
Sales rep,
sales rep. Yeah, exactly. Come out and there's no guarantee that you're going to get it.
They should be doing that in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. Why are we doing that is just beyond me. And it's like, I don't get any really, like, you're making more money than I am, of course, like, because you get more accounts.
Yeah.
Like, what is it so you're paying me this? And it's like, and then it was so exhausting that I started to see that this has become more like overreach and we have become numbers. And then the numbers got worse. After that, we had like a wall. I call it the wall of shame. And like, I don't give a shit. I was in like Union 767, local 767, I think. Yeah, 676. 676. To my Philly friends and all the people in Lawnside, New Jersey. Okay. And there's no disclosure I signed, so fuck it. Anyways, seriously, there was no disclosure. Nothing.
No.
So maybe they do that now. I don't know. But anyways, I'm getting heated. Anyways, yeah, like it was, where was I? So I did the sales leads.
Can we go to the catalog? You guys don't have the catalog.
Hold on. Sorry.
Okay, so wall of shame. We were on the wall of shame.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Wall of shame, basically, if you're 9-5, they highlight you on this door, your main office that you report to, because the different centers in our building, we had, I think, 12 centers. We were huge. But, like, that's how everybody can see how much you suck at this job. And you want to be number one. That was basically the pressure that they were just giving you.
So,
and you were looked bad
at. I love it.
Yeah.
So we need to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Did they do that to you?
No, but we need to bring that back.
No,
it's so good.
Right.
Because you eventually wanted to be on the bottom, though, right? Like, you didn't want to be on the top.
I don't give a shit. I didn't give a shit anymore because, like, I would always take routes. I was a floater. I knew 21 routes, and I didn't know where I was going every day. And I was on people's trips that, like, fucked them up anyways. They just, basically, they ate through their lunch and they cheated times that, like, that's what the spores show. And I'm like, I'm doing everything by the book, like, walking at a brisk pace. And it was just like that never caught up, and it was dark out, and I always come in at night.
I am totally going to print that report out one day and just highlight everybody. That's just sucks.
You're probably not allowed to do that.
Hang it up in the building somewhere.
Yeah.
You suck. You suck. You suck. God, they need to do that again. That's so good.
They don't, dude.
That's kind of
do that.
I don't know. Can this next generation handle the sheep?
No,
I don't think they can't.
Get them out.
Get
them out.
They would
You're
crumble.
Gonna wean them all out.
They're
gonna
crumble.
Just only gonna be like 2 drivers left out of the center.
They're talking about buyouts. All they gotta do is just start highlighting.
Look at people to quit real quick.
People get
don't even have to pay them.
So they were highlighting you, just knowing that other drivers would probably bust your shit.
You suck.
That's so fucked up, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like you see you're back in like school and stuff, and you're wondering how well you did on a test,
and you're looking to see if your name's above the line.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it! But real quick before we get into the catalog stuff, so it was funny because we were talking about like sales leads, right? I somehow, I don't know if it was, God, if you believe in it, but like when I was qualifying, I delivered to a house of someone who just moved there who wanted to open up a UPS account.
Oh.
And like literally like, so I looked great because I literally got a sales lead in like my first 2 weeks driving.
Oh, wow.
And like it just fucking fell in my lap. I mean, yeah, call it luck, call it whatever's a higher power. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. That's
divine intervention.
yeah, wild stuff.
Yeah.
But the catalogs, yeah.
Dude, you guys don't have the catalog anymore for
but I remember when my dad used to get them.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And like I remember being a kid, like going through, like, this is fucking cool shit,
right?
You know.
So I just ran and got it. I got.
Holy shit! I forgot about that.
I think it was around one of our anniversaries.
Yeah. Geez.
And Joe let me pick something out of the. So he got me jewelry. These are garnet earrings that I got from the UPS catalog.
Nice.
Incredible.
And I still wear them. I was like, I almost forgot about that.
They had cameras. They had TVs. They had.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember anything else that you got out of it.
I wonder why they got. Well, I guess because catalogs now are dated, but
budget cuts.
They don't.
But I think there was at one point it was online or something. But
why wouldn't they? Yeah, why wouldn't they still budget cuts? Damn, dude, they're still selling. What? I don't. They probably.
Why wouldn't they give shit out anymore?
No, who wouldn't be proud of having like a model of a brown P900 behind you?
Like, that's the thing. You got one of those?
Yeah. So
I know. Willow's
my dad
got a little
actually.
UPS
My
truck.
dad has one that he told me when he was retiring, one of his customers had gotten one for him, had it custom engraved with his name on the side of the truck. And it's like a hard, die cast, steel, like.
Yeah, you could kill somebody with it. Yeah.
You still have
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's probably how I would have.
But yeah, like, why don't we have that? Like, yeah, like, you're right, though.
The
like
culture has shifted, and.
The culture. That's exactly what it is. Yep.
There's no appreciation anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, like we were, I got out while Ed was in there. ED, it was called not erectile dysfunction. It was actually, it was the system that would show you the perfect route that they would maximize.
The stall numbers.
Because the people that came in to do it, just have MBA degrees and they don't drive. They never drove for UPS.
Well, you also used paper maps too,
and that's all. But they still.
Yeah.
They still screwed it up with O'Brien. They doing the same exact thing. So it didn't matter with the paper. I don't know. I think they just I don't know if it's something it's something you can't simulate if you don't really like something. I mean, you can't like. You can look at a map of roads, but it might be a one-way street. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like you don't like. There's no way somebody can just come from whatever kind of engineering degree or whatever they say. You can't simulate it unless you actually like. Nobody would be able to simulate it better than the driver that would do the route every day if it's a bid route. You know what I mean? So, but that's not. That would never happen.
Well, the thing is, like, even with some of the managers or these people that have made these routes and stuff, like I could guarantee I rarely see them actually sit in the the ejector seat and actually follow the route to actually see how it performs. They say they do it, but I have never seen it. I have never seen actually that so that they can maximize the routes. So I think they're all just doing it, from a chair or an office. And I don't know if that's true for every other buddy's building or center, but from my observation from that. But that's where I exit out of. So that's just kind of my story that I could say as far as when UPS for me lost its luster, and that's continuing on. However, what you've experienced, where you start to see it with what they roll next.
It is. It's just kind of. I don't know. It's a weird thing because I'd said it last week too when we'd brought it up briefly. So I don't want to really get like. I still like. It's hard to word because I still enjoy what I do. Like I said earlier, I still enjoy my route, but the feel of stuff, it's just like it's different. And to just say an example, I'll always give props to my former center manager who's now retired. There was one Christmas Eve where they were having weather at the airport and stuff kept getting delayed, and it was like we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and we were waiting on this to get, and they were going to shuttle however many overnight stops left, and we ended up getting a message to say come in, and I was in my route wasn't a bid route at that time, but I ran kind of that area for Christmas that year. So I wasn't far, and I was one of the first people in, and he was he was on the phone and he was arguing with the regional manager, and I ended up kind of eavesdropping. Basically, the guy above him wanted us to wait, and it was going to be 6 p.m. when that got there, and he stood up for us and said no. He held his ground, said no, not doing that. And this was a guy that was in management prior to the company going public. He was the last of kind of that era, but now as corporate as everything is, and I don't even think that's no knock. I've said it last week, my management team and my center manager I have a good relationship with. I have nothing to say with them. It's hearing the horror stories from other places that I'll hear, but the way it is now, it's just different because they don't care. Our center manager now is a younger guy. He's got a young son, wife. If somebody above him is well, they're not going to have the human element of it and be well, you need to keep him out or you're fired. What the hell is he going to do? You know what I mean? That. So it just feels like that. I always that part is just, and I've said it before, the term send it down the line kind of thing. It seems I don't fault the people that are the on-road supervisors now the way it is. I understand from their end, but the fact that's the way that it's become to where they don't give a shit if it's a good super. I mean, there are good managers out there, there's shitty managers out there, with drivers, So they're not going to care either way what you bring to the company. It's just all a number thing on their end as well. and just like it is for us as drivers. And it's become more and more, when you started you started in 2002, so that would have been like 3 years after the company went public, and it was 8 for me. And but it's just like that little, now we're 25 plus years out, and it's like now we're having this conversation. So it's like, it's definitely noticeable.
Just curious, do they give you that guilt trip that you should donate to the United Way?
Not anymore, dude. Not anymore. They got exposed on that. They got exposed, and I'll have to say this now. They got exposed because it was found out that the United Way would give the management teams at the buildings bonuses, and so there were centers that the managers would pull in their own money to match the number just to get the bonus. So now everybody's like, well, if this is for charity, why the hell are you paying out bonuses for this shit?
Right.
Oh, my God.
So, we haven't got a United Way thing in my building in years now.
It's so easy. You can even just check this box where we take it out of your paycheck for a year.
That's why they were pressuring you. They were like, come on, Joe. But my bonus is going to be nice. Fucking donate.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a couple years either.
Dude, you haven't seen one because that shit got let out, man. That's why you don't see it anymore.
Yeah. And the last time I did, my supervisor was going around with all the papers. I had everybody's name on it, and it was going to this person, going to this employee, going to that employee. And then he went to do the PCM, and I saw him put the stack of papers down. So I made my way over towards the counter as he's doing the PCM where the stack of papers were. Sure as shit, my papers are next to the one on top. And I was like, take that, throw that up, thank you very much, in the garbage. Don't come ask me. See you later. You know what I mean? But dude, they get enough money. Come on.
Right.
Come on. Get out of here. Yeah, what we learned is there's a lot of bonuses. There's a lot of bonuses in this company.
Hell yeah.
And we don't see a single fucking penny of it down here.
United Way was paying out some bonuses now. We never did find out. We never did get an actual number. Oh, yeah. That's why they were pressuring you. That's why they guilt tripped you to donate.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they did.
God.
Yep. I believe they get a bonus.
God, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I would have never thought of that otherwise. I'm so glad to tell you that.
Let's bring the puppies and the dogs in, just to let you know this is what part of United Way can do for your donation and stuff. That's just one of the avenues. Look at the poor little puppy's eyes.
Yeah.
The Sarah McLachlan song starts playing in the background.
But in reality, you're going to pay for my family to go on an Airbnb beach trip for a week.
Yeah.
I'm remembering. I remember you used to get pizza parties and steak dinners or burgers or something like that.
Oh, that was basically on the time of our managers. So I think that was.
Oh, was that more a manager's thing?
That was more a manager thing.
They cared.
So I think. Well, some like I said, Luke's right. There are cool
facts.
There are cool managers.
But facts.
Right.
When
That's
they
true.
cared. Because we just went through one of the most oppressive heat waves I think New York's seen in a very long time. A couple weeks ago, we can't even get fucking bottled water in our center.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was 110 degrees, with the humidity and
they
stuff.
Used to give you pellets.
Yeah, we're lucky we just got ice machines. My dad's over there laughing at me. He's like, "You fucking pussies! You guys got ice machines now?" I was like, "What, dude?" I was like, "At least they give us ice." He was like, "We didn't have ice back then."
Vic was strapping that truck to his back and walking it up hills.
Jesus. Did they, are the air conditioners happening?
Dude,
my truck, my building has one, but it's not technically a package car. It is a pickup truck that has the can on the where the truck bed would be.
Yeah.
And that one, because that's the only new truck we've gotten, we got just they did the new. Most people got new fleets before the contract, and So most people don't have AC, but that truck, because it's new, it has AC. It's only like a year old, so it's.
Yeah,
so
that's probably factory built to have it. But yeah.
Well, that's another thing, dude. I'm about to blow your mind again if you don't really. So it was also brought out that UPS, when they came to our buildings, UPS, the mechanics would take them out.
Yeah.
So they came installed. If you didn't know that, they came off the. I don't know what happened.
They probably sold them for parts.
Yeah, they literally, when they would come off the assembly lines, they still had AC units in them, and they took them out. So
Why would you? I'm sorry. Why would you waste the money to have the mechanics pull them out?
That's what I say. They're paying mechanics out to do. I don't know if it was because to save gas. Sense? That's what I was thinking. That would be the only thing I could think they would think of, is it wouldn't use as much gas, and that's what. I know that's a dumb reason.
That's an eye opener too. That's really messed up.
Yeah, that's another one. Joe, I feel bad, dude. We bring you on here to tell you all this shit.
Right.
At least you know it. At least you know now. At least you know you weren't thinking it. It was really happening. They were taking out the ACs. They were getting bonuses from United Way. That's why they were getting
boners off. There's bonuses. Jeez. That's
a lot of bees.
That's wild.
There's a lot of bees.
No. So, though Amy was saying like the pizza parties, I just said, fuck it, I give up. I never come in on time anyways. Like I come back and the pizza's gone, steaks are gone, everybody's gone, everybody's home.
That's what always happens in those things when they say they're going to have food. Everybody works like it's screwed.
We're having a steak grill out. Make sure you get back, before like 6. Like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, all right, sure. Like, and
then you have a late ETA and you send them a message. You're like, you better fucking save me some pizza, damn it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I rarely got anything. Yeah. No, I got so fucked. I was so nice. I mean, I was so acquiescent, I guess. Like, I just followed orders, did everything that the union told you to do, and and you had to, because like if you even cut a corner, and we did have some managers that kind of said like, I saw you out there, I saw you walking at a brisk pace, but you could pick up the pace a little more. Yeah, I'm not saying you to run, just pick up the pace. Yeah. But if you fall and spill over, they'll stab you in the back.
They'll be like, why did you run?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You fucked up my bonus. We're on Dart now, you bastard. That's what they get.
So exactly. For those that haven't heard you before, what was the thing that made you actually leave?
Oh yeah, well it is actually in episode 31, but just to summarize it, thankfully I was coming back late nights with this guy named John Smith, who is I think 4 or 5 years ready to retire, and he's had 40 plus years at the company. It's incredible, and he would always roll in late. He would never. He just does everything because he did it from day one how he started. But like I was next to him closing out, turning my board off, and handing all my paperwork in and everything, and he was about to retire. But he said, "You know what life's about, Joe?" And I'm looking at him like for wisdom, because I'm a younger guy. I like follow your elders, like learn from people years later what they're doing. And he says, life's about. This is what he said. He says, "You work and then you die." That's what he said to me. And it was so profound. It just echoed in my ears. And I was just like, is this where I want to really be? And it's just a choice, because like some people love it. And, if you love it, that's great, because I'm not telling anybody or encouraging anybody to leave this company. There is greatness from it. There's a lot of great things that come of it. The camaraderie, the people that you meet on your route, they become your customers. It's awesome. Like you have this like extended family. And I really did love my farm routes. Whenever I got rural routes and I was like delivering the farms, so like that made me happy. But like, yeah, it was just that point in time that, I went to school before I went to UPS. UPS was not my future. It's something that I had to do to help my wife get better because of the health insurance, because it's phenomenal. And, but that just, once she got better from using those benefits, I was like, why am I still here? I'm an artist. I have to go create. I have to do what I went to school for.
It was almost like a divine intervention moment.
It was a divine intervention moment for sure. And so but even to take that courage, take that leap of faith to leave, it's hard, like, because the pay is is so good. I mean, I was making more money than like my college buddies that I graduated with. You know,
that's a common thing, because that's always like, if I would have went with my degree, money wise, yeah, I make a lot more with UPS than I would have in my. So I've always thought like, and it's weird, but that's one of the but that's also to give. I said it last week, and I'll say it again this week. We have definitely. Dave and I we'll call. We're not, if we feel like the union isn't looking good on things, we'll definitely call it out. I mean, it's everybody that pays union dues. It's your right to speak your mind on however you see fit. However, the reason, we are where we are pay wise and benefit wise and everything is because we've been unionized this whole time. And the people that are anti-union in the regards of that, you can't argue what, the good that can come from it. I'm not saying there's not negatives, but I just wanted to, it's that, like, because you mentioned, the money is good, and that, that's why we're and we were talking about, the service parts kind of went down, but we're still, as far as, on paper, way better than the other the competition. That's because we've been unionized for the whole existence of the.
You guys earn it, like we said earlier. You pay the price with your body.
We definitely we do earn it. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, you earn it.
We do. I don't like to take away. We definitely, it is earned, and people that don't know either from personal experience or are connected to somebody that's in that world. Like people will never probably grasp, it's taxing. So you're right. They definitely earn it 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have anything else?
Well, if I could just close one more thing, I know I could just go on forever, but for all your listeners, for all our brothers out there, and Gio is the perfect example of what he did. And I just think staying at the company is wonderful if it works for you, but if after you finish your day and the money you get, use it in a way that's just don't piss it away. Find a way that can make that money grow money, because the opportunity is there to give you an exit strategy if you want that exit strategy. You have the capability, what you're holding on to right now, for that leverage, because what you get paid can take care of your expenses, can take care of your family, and you have that extra, and that extra can make money, grow money for you. So even if you stay at UPS and you're making more money than you would on your UPS salary, but you're still making that money, you will definitely come to work with a smile on your face, because you're not pressured by anything or by anybody that is holding that over you. So just be mindful of that, where you are with the company now and what you are capable of doing, because you can do it. So that's the way I'm just going to close that.
Well said. Well said. I like that. And it is just to say, rather it would be an exit strategy, or if somebody's there till they retire, either way, to take away from that is still very vital to use, to try to, rather it would be in stocks, or if you try to, however long, with how, real estate, there's all kinds of stuff out there. It's exactly what, there is, that was very, I've got nothing to add to that. That was very well said. Yes.
Buy a Tesla, turn it into a robo-taxi. While you're working, that Tesla's making you money. That's just an example.
Fucking robo-taxi. We're living in the Matrix.
By any of this shit.
We're living in the Matrix, and it weirds me out sometimes.
Oh God, the future's great.
I mean, imagine your car sitting at the lot while you're working 11-hour day or something, and it could be out there making money for you while you're out there working too.
I would be. Oh,
Just an
God.
option. Just an option.
it's free. It just freaks me out, but can't stop progress, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Rogans, thank you guys for last minute coming on here. Where can people find you?
We're Rolling Rogans on all the social medias. We don't always post on all of them, but rollingrogans.com is pretty much our main hub, and you can find everything there.
Awesome. rollingrogans.com. Go check them out, guys. Go give them a follow. Go say hi to them. They just joined the Discord. Come join the Discord. Come say hi to everybody. It's a good time.
The welcome that we're getting in the Discord already tonight, I was like, oh, I miss these guys.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome. That was instant.
Yes.
I'm sitting here knowing exactly. I'm literally seeing you on here, so I know exactly when you're joining it. So I'm like, it popped up on my phone, so I went to wave at you. But yeah, there was I know Starla and Brad did. I think Fernando did too. Yeah, it's awesome.
I was trying to remember how to use the thing, and all these people are saying hi. I'm like, wait, I got to respond.
Yes, so it's a good time. So go join the Discord. Thank you. It's good to have you guys in there. Also, like we said at the top too, we're going to have ad-free episodes for our Patreon subscribers. If you're interested to come join the Patreon, come throw $1 at our face. Go to patreon.com/AITDpod. Come sign up today. Rogans, thank you guys so much for joining us. rollingrogans.com. Go follow them. Luke, buddy, I'll see you in 2 weeks because I'm going on vacation.
You enjoy that vacation, brother. You enjoy it.
Thank you, everybody. This is all in the delivery as I messed it up again like I did at the top. Everybody, we'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.